Here we go. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome to Hump Day. We can do it, can't we? By the time this stream's over, it's going to be 3 o'clock UK time on a Wednesday. So that workday's pretty much over. And we know that Thursday is really just Fridays in disguise. So it's almost the weekend by the time we finish this stream, isn't it? Never mind the next couple of work days. Let me know down in the comments, by the way. How do I find you on this rather fine afternoon? I'd imagine lots of you are working from home, aren't you? Glad that we could provide you with a little bit of FM frivolity whilst you are grafting away in the background. Let me know. What's on your other screen? What is it that you're doing? Have you got a meeting on mute? Is the spreadsheet there and you're just scrolling through it? Are we working on some very important documents? Are we taking a well-deserved lunch break? Great to see so many of you with us on a Wednesday afternoon already. Christian was first in. Welcome in. Nathan is with us. Always a pleasure, Nathan. Mike beams in from the Azures. Ryan Black, everybody's favourite Hearts fan, is with us. Talus, the King of Kent, is with us. Yorkshire's own Dark Admiral's there. Rugio joins us from Norfolk. What an absolute treat to have Rugio with us. Simon Thornley's in from Somerset. 2 p.m. meeting postponed. Fabulous to hear. Bruno Font Martins is with us, preparing afternoon practices. Bruno, are those football practices that you're preparing? Are you in the coaching world? I feel like we need to know a little bit more about that pursuit. Lewis Parry is with us. I can see that you're a boing, boing, baggy, Lewis. Are you in the Black Country still? Or are you just a West Bromwich Albion fan? Welcome in, Lewis. Let's Go is with us. Not working from home, working at the home. At the home of what? Let's Go. And by the way, Let's Go, are you based in Liège? Or have I misread that? I'm sure I remember you, Let's Go, as a standard Liège fan. Or am I inventing things there? FM Got No Game is with us, beaming in from the Emerald Isle. GX Lobes, the King of Albany, is with us. How goes it this morning? Goes very well for me. I'd imagine you're just about to start your work day, aren't you, Lobes? What have you got going on today? Busy one? Stacked with meetings? Or a nice little bit of downtime? A cheeky bit of FM over on the other screen? I'm not going to tell anybody, Lobes, if that's the case. Bruno, are you planning a little bit of football coaching, are you? Come on, Bruno, we want more than that. What level are you coaching at? What age group are you coaching? What drills have you got in store for them this afternoon? We'd love to know a little bit more from people that are working inside the game. Lewis is in Stourbridge. I hope Stourbridge is treating you mighty fine this afternoon, Lewis. And Lobes, busy. That's not what we wanted to hear, Lobes. You're running a major rebranding project over the next few weeks. That is not what we want to hear, but I'm sure you'll get back to a little bit of FM soon, won't you, Lobes? Well, KD3's with us as well. 3 from 6 done in your Hexagon Challenge. Congratulations on that, KD3. But give us more details. What continents have you ticked off? And which clubs took you to continental glory? We need to know a little bit more. Bruno, hold on one tiny moment here. You're a Sporting Club de Portugal academy goalkeeper coach. Is it just me, Bruno, or does that sound like a bit of a high level? Are you doing kind of 16 to 18, 16 to 21-year-olds? An FM enthusiast, of course, Bruno, but wow, I'm not sure we've ever had a professional goalkeeping coach in the chat before. Bruno, if we were, I might not have it in my database, but if we were to load up a Portuguese save of Football Manager, would we find you in there anywhere as a goalkeeping coach? Is that a thing? Could we go hunting for you? I'd love to find somebody from the chat in the game. That would be beautiful. Speaking of the game, let's jump over to it, shall we? What do we make of it? What do we make of it? So much to talk about. By the way, look, never mind my game. KD3 has ticked off Africa with the Orlando Pirates. We've also ticked off North America with Club America from Mexico and South America with Corinthians. Fabulous. Bruno, by the way, thank you for pressing that subscribe button. That is more generosity than I deserve on a Wednesday afternoon, especially when you're busy planning far more important things than watching me clowning around on the internet. Oh, Nathan, are we all doing it now? Are we all searching to see whether Bruno is in our Football Manager saves? Oh, Bruno, tell us more. What's the long-term plan here? Do you hope to get involved in first-team goalkeeper coaching? Were you a goalkeeper yourself? What level did you get to? I feel like I'm more interested in the Bruno story than I am in anything that's going on in my own save. Ryan, what are you saying there? Your brother-in-law and his pal are in the Scottish Lower Pyramid. No, wait, Ryan. Do you ever start a save with Moz's Lower League Scottish database, and do you sign them? Or do you just give them a wide berth because you know about their talents? Let's go. Oh, you're doing some renovations, are you? But you're a Standard fan and a Marseille fan. Rechangeur, Rouge toujours. I've butchered that. Let's go. I apologise. FM23 Daki, hello. Welcome in. Bruno Not. Not in there, but you coach from under 13s to under 19s. That still sounds fabulous, Bruno. You're a UEFA C coach, and you're more interested in the live stream currently. Well, we'll put that to right very quickly, Bruno, because you'll see some awful Football Manager being played. Lewis, can't believe the Blue Noses did the double. I tell you what. I bet that's the only club we're going to do the double over this season, Lewis. We're having an epically bad campaign, whereas with your new manager, you've got to be pretty pleased, haven't you? I know you lost to us, but I tell you what, you've gone on a bit of a charge since you got rid of Steve Bruce, haven't you? Anyway, to matters in hand, gentlemen, you'll remember that last season finished incredibly poorly. We slipped as low as 16th in the league by the end of the campaign. We'd lost the last 6 games of the season. We'd not scored a goal in the final 5 games of the season. We had no other choice than to sign a new 1-year contract with Kingstonian in the 6th tier of English football. And so we've bounced into this season. We had a very good off-season. I'd rebuilt the squad. We got a draw on the opening day. Then we beat Torquay, a defeat against Dover. We did well at the end of the last stream. We won our last 2 games, and then we've played a little bit offline again. And it's not as bad as it looks, I promise you. We lost 3-2 to high-flying Bath City, although we were 2-1 up when we had a man sent off. The XGs were very similar, even though they came at us late. They had a goal disallowed. They scored 2 more. We lost 3-2 because I can never see out a game when I'm down to 10 men. I think that's a conversation we need to have on another day. And then we lost the next game, 3-1 to St Albans, and we dominated. I promise you, people, we actually dominated. We were 3 goals down after just over half an hour. They only had 5 shots on target the entire match. They only mustered an XG of 0.53. Look at us. We should have scored 1.47 goals. Alas, we didn't. We got a very late goal from Kwame Thomas. And this unearthed a little bit of an ongoing trend with our team. We are dominating the XG, but not putting matches away convincingly. Look at this, 17 shots. Not enough of them on target. We played Truro, played very well in this game. XG of a 3 is absolutely huge. You can see everybody played well. You can also see I was tinkering with the formation. And here is why. We were conceding an awful lot of goals from opposition long shots. So I tweaked our 4-4-2. I put a DM in to try and close down as a ball-winning midfielder to stop those long shots coming in. To no avail, I'm afraid. We lost 2-1 to Worthing. If I remember rightly, and I was playing this game last night, they scored in the final couple of minutes twice. Again, we've dominated the XG battle there. I'm sure they were both long shots from outside the area. In fact, I think the goal I'm about to show you was an absolute worldie. You can see we head it away and FM23 Daki, thank you for subscribing, by the way. Again, generosity far beyond what I deserve. And I think the goal that won it for Worthing was a similar story. Headed away, edge of the area, and oh dear Lord, we're conceding a lot of long shots. So I've made some little tweaks to the tactic to try and bring us a little further up the field. I've gone with a higher defensive line. Brace yourselves now, brace yourselves. A higher defensive line mixed with a low block. So I'm just dragging us past the edge of the D whilst the rest of us camp out on the halfway line. So I'm condensing the pitch, trying to really get about the opposition, by the way, in that narrow area of play. And then we win the ball back and we go at them with gusto. Now, again, I don't know, and I'd be very interested in your thoughts on this. Am I putting in contradictory instructions? A higher line with a low block sounds contradictory. Getting stuck in when you're playing so close to your own goal sounds counterintuitive, as does asking the team to play out of defence whilst doing so at a higher tempo and more directly. So in my head, we're not banging the ball long to nobody. I've taken pass off the space, pass into space off, so that we're not banging it behind the opposition back line. So I'm trying to play to feet, but quickly and directly, getting the ball out to our wide men, getting up the pitch, getting delivery into the box, scoring lots of goals and winning the league. Okay. You are far better at Football Manager, and in the case of Bruno, far more knowledgeable about real-world football than I. Let me know what you think. Lewis, your new boss is doing well. I'm not going to try and pronounce his name. The Hawthorns is a fortress once again. Well, what I wouldn't give to support a football team, Lewis, that played at a fortress. Talis used to coach and manage an under-16 team in London for a while, a few years back. A lot of fun. Do miss it. Sadly had to stop because you needed surgery on your knee. I hope your knees are good now, Talis. Sean Hammond, welcome in, you fabulous human being. Great to see you in. And Craig, afternoon to you. Hope you're well, Sean. Hope you're well, Craig. Let us know how today finds you. Good to see you all in. So, is there any sense at all in anything that I'm doing here? Playing out of defence, but directly with a high tempo, getting early crosses into the box. I do have more bad news as well, people, here. Simon, isn't pass into space important? Yes. Yes, I think it is. I think it is. And I've taken it off, Simon, because I found it was making us go too long and lose possession too often. You got to remember, Simon, I don't know what I'm doing here. You're not watching a Stinger stream where there's some kind of knowledge. This is not RDF tactics you've tuned into here, where there's some kind of intelligence behind the buttons you're pressing. This is trial and error in its purest form right here. There's thinking behind it, but not thinking based on knowledge, expertise, qualifications, spitballing, if I'm honest with you. Rook arrives. You feel the National League North is harder as it's colder there with the seams of the same quality. Us Blythe Spartans, cold up there, Rook. Great to have you in. Are you with us for a bit, Rook, or are you dashing straight out for your workout? Bruno, here we go. This is the comment I want to read out. Bruno, counter-attacking with anticipated crosses seems fine. Can I stop reading there, Bruno? Is that all I really need? Because it sounds like a professional footballing coach has just endorsed what I'm doing. You work with Sporting Club Portugal's youth players, the pride of Lisbon. I mean, you work with the Rui Patricios of the future. I don't need to... Oh, okay, I'm going to read on. You would need a target man. Hello. Yes, a target man. And two wingers with speed to cross. Well, Bruno, funny you should say. I have the very wingers you're looking for. Not in the side right now, because I've just played a cup game where I fully rotated. But, hello. What else we got? Simon. Yeah. Well, Simon, you're far more of an expert than I am. Sean, without being a downer as well, as can be expected, suffering from lung cancer. Sean, you have our deepest sympathies and our deepest, well, heartfelt good wishes for you today. I hope that the fine medical profession are giving you all of the love and the support and the treatment that you deserve. You have our thoughts on an ongoing basis, Sean, and if you ever need anybody to chat to, well, I always have my little Twitter handle just hiding down behind me, and if you ever want to join the Manager's Seat Discord, link in the description. There is a mental health channel in the Manager's Seat Discord. You're always more than welcome to put in a little message there. There's more than 4,000 users in that Discord now. It's a great way when if anybody's ever struggling with anything in their personal lives, just to find somebody to talk to, whether it's somebody just to take the edge off some of the raw emotions that you're feeling, maybe somebody to take your mind off things. It's an offer if you have any desire to get involved in Discord. What else have we got here? We're returning to my tactics, are we? Let's go. Hit early crosses, needs forwards that try to beat the opposition off sidetrack. On a positive mentality, strikers seem to push the back line more. And I'm unbalanced there. Let's go. Rock, it's your day off. So did the work 8 hours ago. Fabulous. And Bruno, do I play with wing backs? Full backs I play with, but very fast, good crossing wingers, Bruno. Turfy, welcome in, Turfy. First time I recall seeing you in one of our streams. If it is your first time here, welcome in. You tend to find that a DLP on defend tends to clean up more than a ball-winning midfielder. That's interesting because I am looking for somebody to clean up. I'm not sure I have a passer necessarily good enough to be a deep-lying playmaker, maybe. The Glinch could. Passing of 11, vision of 9. I don't know, Turfy. Let me know what you think. Simon passes on his sympathies to Sean. Absolutely. And Sean, if you ever want to come into the stream and let off any steam and talk to us, don't ever think that you're bringing down the mood, by the way. What you're going through is far more important than any of the nonsense that we're playing at here. But if it's nonsense that you're looking for to take your mind elsewhere, I promise we will deliver 3 times a week on that for you. Sean, your live streams help get you through the day. By the same token, Sean, if you're ever looking for any recommendations about where you can bounce from this stream, just to keep the good times going, the United City FM, Kev, good friend of mine, goes live at 3 p.m. over on the other brand every day, and it's good family fun. He's got a great save. Where he starts out in Ukraine and he's trying to move all the way back to the UK, but he can only move to a nation closer to the UK if he wins the league inside 3 seasons in that nation. Otherwise, he has to take a backward step and move further away from the UK. And it's very good fun if you're ever looking for more entertainment. Drew, highly recommend joining the TMS Discord, top place, of which Drew and Simon are both 2 of our fabulous moderators. Look at all of those good wishes for Sean. Sean, you've come for the right place if you're looking for good-natured kinship from people. I really do like what we're building here. Christian, you got some work to get back to. But you're back now. Okay, and Turfy, in your short, simple passing. If you're short, simple passing, having someone who is amazing passer is irrelevant, especially if you're not playing into space. This is how you see it. I tell you what, Turfy, I very much appreciate your views. Turfy, let us know where in the world you are from and who in the world you support. I'm very interested to know what you think of this tactic. Okay, as I said, we've just had a cup game. We made changes for the cup game. We gave lots of people a rest. Now we want to get people back into the starting 11, who I consider to potentially be our strongest team. Oh, we have more news, by the way, don't we? We have more news. You're not going to like this, I'm afraid. The very last fixture of the last stream, Levi Amanchi went off injured, and I said, it's a thigh injury. That could be a bad one. And indeed it is, I'm afraid. He was out for 3 months, and we've still got potentially another 2 months of being without him. He's got even less agile as a result of the injury, and I think it was only at 5 to begin with. So our pacey 6'6" marauding forward, I'm afraid, is out for a while. So, not so good. Turfy is in North Yorkshire, near York. MOT. What's that mean, Turfy? MOT. MOT. Is that where we find you right now? Is your car in for its MOT? Is that the team that you support? MOTFC? What am I missing there, Turfy? You have to be very, very clear with me when you're putting things in chat. I'm not the sharpest. Let me continue picking our team. Anyway, Ben Basterfield is in. How are you? I'm very well. In fact, I'm fabulous, Ben. Well, I mean, I'm spending my Wednesday afternoon, just playing around on FM and broadcasting it to you lovely people. But how I am is immaterial, Ben. How's your good self? Where in the world are you? What football team do you support? Marching on together, Turfy. Marching on together. What's that a reference to? And my club, we say keep right on to each other. That's how we identify ourselves as Birmingham fans. Keep right on. What's marching on together? Is that a Leeds thing? Drew, set your generic CMs up with some direct passing. Yeah. And risk taking the swap the AF to the opposite side. You may find some lovely balls over the top. Okay. Here we go. Live in motion right now. Wild Boar, by the way, who scored against us last season, I seem to remember, is the player I've brought in as a short-term replacement for Levi Amanchi. He's a different kind of player, old Wild Boar. I want to sing Duran Duran songs every time I say the name Wild Boar. But anyway. Hello, young man. How on earth are you?
Good afternoon, everybody.
My name's Stinger, and you support Man City. Don't be here for the tips, Stinger. You know I'm not having a good time. Stinger, what do you do when you're dominating the XG every game, but either drawing or losing? There's only one game where I've not had better XG than the opposition. Most games I've had double the XG of the opposition. The one game where I didn't have the better XG, I had a man sent off after 60 minutes and I was ahead on the 60. What do you do? What do you do? Wolf Tracks is in. The lads seem to be in fine spirits today, Wolf. Very early in the morning for you. Hope your workday started well. We are so proud. We shout it loud. We love you, Leeds, Leeds, Leeds. There we go. I got it. Thank you. Don't forget to click the thumb. Simon Thornley, on brand as ever. Thank you. Llama hasn't mentioned it. Llama doesn't like to mention these things, although he has now started referring to himself as Llama, which is a little bit odd. But it is very, very good when you do hit the old like button. Let me check out what you rascals are up to. We're up to 17 likes. And I think there's 38 people watching. So 18 likes. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. Ben, doing well. You're from England, an Arsenal fan. So, I mean, you're having a great time right now. Let us know, Ben. Have you got faith in Arteta to get them over the line? Or are you starting to feel the pressure from Man City and Man United now? And as an Arsenal fan, if you'd have been offered second or third at the beginning of the season, I'm tempted to say you would have taken it, wouldn't you? But I guess now that you've had a little bit of a lead at the top, it's title or nothing, isn't it? Lobes, you usually implement chance conversion training every week, which is tricky for us, Lobes, because we only train twice a week. And I do like to do a bit of the old match preparation and set piece training, especially when we're conceding a lot from them. But maybe we could get a little bit of chance conversion going. Should we do a double day? Should we do a bit of chance creation first? followed by some chance conversion. You know, just mix it up a little bit. Stinger says swap your strikers, as in just sign better strikers. Okay, well, Blissett came in for the cup game, but Kwame Thomas is starting. Wild Boar is coming out. Where is Harrison Thompson? Stinger, if you are still with us, this is who the pundits say is likely to be the top scorer in the league this season. Harrison Thompson, 4 in 12. 4 in 12. Drew, you've noticed that my mind wanders. Thank you very much for that. So we want to go with maybe take more risks and pump up the... it won't let me pump up the directness, but it will let me hit the take more risks. Direct passes and risks on your CM. So yeah, won't Drew. Let me know if I'm missing something. I often am. Nigel's with us. You've put your thumbprint on the like button. You are a hero of epic proportions, Nigel. And I won't let anybody say otherwise. Lobes, pass. I'd say pass on the creation. Like you said, you're getting the XG. So the chances are there. Just got to put them in the back of the net. But what worries me, Lobes, is that the XG is quite high, but so is the number of shots we're taking. So I don't think the efforts we're having on goal are necessarily that good. I think we're kind of like throwing a lot of jelly at the wall in the hope that maybe one tiny bit of it sticks, if that makes sense. Ben, like playing with a defensive winger with an overlapping complete winger. I was playing a defensive winger towards the end of that season. Shackelford was the defensive winger as we lost 6 in a row at the end of the campaign, and I got scared, Ben, and took it off. On this league, you only have 2 sessions. Yeah, we're not playing at Sporting Club de Portugal, Bruno. We're playing at Kingstonian in England's Tier 6. That's probably akin to, Tier 5 or 6 in Portugal. Lewis. Nathan Blissett scored 36 goals when you were Telford manager. Well, let me tell you a story about Nathan Blissett, young man. He scored 24 for us in our first season as we hit the playoffs. 10 in 29 last season, but he's getting old. 35 now. Physicals are gone. Absolutely shot. So he's out of the reckoning a little bit. Stinger saying get Tomo as a poacher. All right. Doesn't like it as much there. Is that poor off the ball movement? It is. What about old Wild Boar? Wild Boar. Sorry. Compulsion. Well, he's training well, isn't he? Wild Boar off the ball of 13. By the way, this is why we bought in Jalen Wild Boar. 24 goals for Salisbury last season. Most of those were against us. So I noticed he was on a free transfer and snuffled him up when Levi Amanchi got injured. I tell you what we're going to do then. Let's not play Levi Amanchi because he's still out for 2 months. What are we thinking here? Where is the Wild Boar disappeared to? There he is. Get Jalen in. Get Jalen in. We still got more changes. I realised that's a very slow start here. We're half an hour into the stream. I'm not even picked the starting lineup yet. Come on, more to do. Duts in at left back. I can see the messages all whizzing down the side there. Like, I'm coming. I'm coming. Here's our best player, by the way. Here he is. This guy. Kellen Hickinson, the Hickster. 3 assists, 2 goals, average rating of 7.22. His debut season for the club. He's an absolute dream. Another player who I thought was going to be a dream is Rami Bouhaoui, who... Good crosser, good dribbler. By the way, Bruno, here we go. This is what we were talking about. Very pacey for this level, Bruno. Okay, we're not Liga Nosh level here. Good crossing, good dribbling. Can I get an assist out of this rascal? No, not really. Al Husseini came in for the cup game and got 2 assists, so I'm tempted to give him the shirt and get old Rami onto the bench. What else don't I like in this team? Got Harper back in. Thomas and Wild Boar. Wild Boar. I realise it's Wild Boys, by the way. Thompson needs to get onto the bench. And then I don't want these 2 in central defence. So just forgive me while I try and remember who my starting centre-back is. It's him. And Davis comes onto the bench for Benkaninda. We might be ready to play a game. I say might be ready. I've got about 400 messages to check up on here where clearly you're going to make me change my tactics a lot more. Change the team passing to standard, then change the CM when you can change the team instruction back. Okay, is that a little hat? And then we go on you, and then we do that, and then we click OK, and then we go back to here, and we do that, and then magically... true, it's up there for thinking, my friend, isn't it? Nice. Is high press in such a tight block now? Yeah, you see, let's go. I think a lot of what I might have put in here might be counterproductive. So here we go. Yeah, low, very low block, but a higher line. And we're really... So what I'm hoping is that we let the opposition come forward. It comes into this area. We're deep enough so they can't go over us. We're 4-4-2 so they can't go around us. And we're very compact so they can't go through us. Go. Let's go. You with me? Probably not. Lewis, he scored all those goals and then retired. You kept him on as a scout. Think Lewis. He's a fabulous human being. Laz. Welcome in, Laz, by the way. If you're getting a lot of shots but struggling to score, lower the tempo. I've just put the tempo up. Might make better, although fewer chances. Okay. We'll bear it in mind, Laz. I've just upped the tempo from standard. We'll see how it goes. Turfy, in your formation, you've got a target forward and an advanced forward. Same issue, high XG, no goals. Change the target man to a deep-lying forward on support, and he did better target work. I tell you what, you're twisting my melon now, aren't you? We could. I feel like we're into the realms of chat designing tactics again, which worked out thoroughly disastrously last time. But this time... it feels good. Mattia is with us. Fabulous to see you in, Mattia. Hope your Milan team had a win at the weekend. Hope Genoa were. Am I right? Is that where you are? No, Bologna you're in, aren't you? Hope Bologna is lovely. Regular guy, he has fabulous hair. You're right. Ben, you're playing a supporting Segunda Volante. Role I like very well. And a target man on support. Gives you more support in attack, but if they're athletic, they can run back. Which is all very, very true. And Bruno... with that hairstyle, he should have better heading. Good spot, Bruno. Very pacey. Fits the tactics. Hang on, look. We've got a professional footballing coach here saying, what I've decided to do, or the personnel I fits your tactics of restricting in the half and play inside and counter an attack. I tell you what, Bruno. That could be a thing. That could be a thing. We could trap them inside and then break out wide. I'm afraid to do that because that sounds like a big move. Let's see how this game goes first of all then. Here we go. You'll also notice, by the way, just before we get out there and actually play some Football Manager, our mate Christian Dibble is out of the team. And his decision making is very, very good as well. He was back to our original goalkeeper. You know, we're on the cusp of the playoffs. Good run during today's stream. You never know. We could be in the playoffs by the end of it. We'll have to see. Hani Hardinanti. That's a message I don't quite understand, Hani. I apologise. I'm too old to understand or interpret those kind of short form messages. Mattia, it's snowing, but apart from that, everything is lovely in Bologna. I mean, let's be honest with each other, Mattia. Are things ever anything other than lovely in Bologna? It must be a pretty fabulous place to live. Lewis, anyone else hate the fact that your players explore options at the end of their contracts? Can't keep any French players. Yes. Me. Here, this guy. Completely the same. 18 points. Could finish on 21. Could be on the cusp of the playoffs. This feels big. We believe, though, don't we? I have your full backing. This is going to be the stream where we turn it all around. We've had a shot already. So, ball's in the box. Hicks, I told you. Didn't I tell you about Hickinson? Oh, he is a midfielder. He really is. This was an easy goal as well. Checks into the box. I mean, That doesn't really count as a goal, by the way. In terms of the tactical changes that we've made, that doesn't count. That's a set-piece goal. I mean, it was good that the central midfielder made that run into the box, but no. We're not counting that. We want to see some counter-attacking goals. That's what we're here for. This won't count either, by the way. Still 0-0. It's gone into the box. Okay, now this counts. Oh, it's Lecco, by the way. Jonathan Lecco has moved from Birmingham to Hampton and Richmond. What's that about? That's a speculative long-range effort. That's not what we're after either. Sean. Hello, Sean. That sounds like a plan. Trapping in... Oh, it sounds like a plan, does it? Okay. Remind me, chat, we're going to try it for the second half. We're going to trap them inside and counter down the wings. No, 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 no. Oh, Hickinson in there, winning the ball back for us, promptly giving it away. But let's focus on the fact that he won the ball back for us. We're under a bit of pressure now, aren't we? Snails. Oh, no, goalkeeper. Oh, no, 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 no. Why did I explain the Christian Dibble situation to you? I was just setting Hayton up to throw in a mistake there. What's he done here? Oh, we've taken the lead and we've just let them back in so easily. And look at that. Oh, no. Oh, tier 6 goalkeeping. Before your very eyes, I'm afraid. Okay. That, look again, was not a very good first half. They're actually ahead on the XG because they had an open goal tap in. I'm just disappointed with everything you've done so far. Okay. So here we go then. So we're going to trap them inside, funneling them into a two-man midfield, which sounds risky to me. And then we're going to attack them out wide with pace. Maybe we should get that pace on, although Al Hussein is playing well. Vince Harper is not. So let's get Rami on. Here we go. Here we go. Mattia. Just got your best Northern Irish striker stolen. Terrible news. Bruno, your supporting central midfielder, Hickinson, is doing the job, isn't he just? And your fullbacks really have the... Yeah, they do. I mean, Shackelford's he's a decent fullback. Crossing of 10 and he's quite quick. Dutz over on the... Yeah, Dutz has got crossing of 12, so the fullbacks can cross. Let's go trap inside with a two-man midfield doesn't sound good. So now you're talking me out of it again. You're talking me out of it here. KD, maybe shoot less often to everybody. Just not the attackers or players with good long shots in the midfield. I mean, that's a suggestion. Got long shots of 7 from Roddy McGlinchey. And then we've got Hickinson. Long shots of 9. Despite the fact that Roddy McGlinchey has scored 2 goals this season. Both from outside the box. So, what do you do? What if you do? Maybe if the nice-haired winger doesn't deliver, you could switch him to support. Could. Lewis, you've got to go and pick up the missus. Thank you for joining us, Lewis. Great chatting to you. Good luck to the Baggies this weekend. We'll be live Friday at 1 p.m. as well. Would love to see you there. Mike, if you funnel inside, you're going to open up the middle. Your best bet is to trap them outside, moving side to side as a block. I think my best bet is just to not click as many buttons, isn't it? I wanted this to be a very pure tactic. And now, or the front two are playing poorly. So here we go. Thompson on. Wild ball up front. We need a little bit more. And we're going to signal that to the players right at the start of the first half. We're going to encourage them. We've had more shots. We've had more on target. I know we're behind on the XG, but that's because our goalkeeper basically threw one into his own net. Here is Hickinson. Delivery. Boo Howie. He gets his hair on it that time. I don't think he's the biggest, but he's had a good effort at goal. The highlight continues. Tony Adams between the sticks. He's getting on now, Tony. Still turns out in goal for Hampton and Richmond Borough. And Lecco's through, and he struck the bar. And Heath gets it to Dutton. Oh, we've let him in again. The defending is not that convincing, is it? It's really not that convincing. We're going to need to make another change. The midfield is not working. McGlinchey, well, I say not working. They're not doing disastrously, but they're not getting involved enough with the front players, are they? So try that. Okay, we try that. Oh, Mike. Oh, so seen that. Seen your message, Mike. Seen your message. I'm all of a... Oh, good Lord. I'm all of a quandary now, Mike. I'm not sure whether I'm coming or going. We're definitely losing this game, though, aren't we? We just cannot defend. How do you keep clean sheets on this game? I don't know. I mean, that's just quite poor goalkeeping again, isn't it? Bruno, you played with an inside funnel but had extremely aggressive and good centre-backs and ball-winning midfielders on the team. We're about to lose a game. We're about to lose a game where we've had as many shots as the opposition. Strikers are playing poorly. We can go positive, but we're 2-0. We're 2-1 down. It's not going to make a difference now, is it? Best we can hope for is a point. It's wide. I honestly don't know how to set this team up at the moment. Carex, lovely to see you, young man. Hope you're well. You're coming into an absolute tactical nightmare here, Carex. I've got problems in every department on the pitch, Carex. Can't score goals, can't keep clean sheets, can't create good chances. I've got a goalkeeper who's essentially playing for the opposition at this point. I tell a lie, Car. I've got a goalkeeper and a backup goalkeeper who are both allies of the opposition. And we slump to yet another defeat, so we're now 30th. Dover on 25 points. We're 7 points behind them. Our 5th defeat of the season. I don't know what I'm doing or where I'm going. The main strength of the double line of a 4 is being compact vertically and horizontally. So funnel inside, you need to open and pinch. That negates the biggest advantage. Well, I can't do anything to open or pinch right now. Very much seems like your midfield is disconnected from your strikers, as having 2 in central midfield can often mean. Yeah, I mean, Hickinson's got license to go a bit, but not McGlinchey. Go attacking. It's all that's left now. God, that sounds like... That sounds like we're close to the sack there, Nigel. It's all that's left now. Officer Dibble needs to be your top cat. He was my top cat. It's a top cat that keeps getting lobbed. Got no game. Honestly, he was going walkabout all the time. Carex, it's okay. You're one of those... You're in one... No, Carex, you don't have palavers. I don't believe that for 1 second. I have seen you draft, young man. You know exactly what you're doing. Good use of the word palaver, by the way. Big fan of that on a Wednesday afternoon. Bruno, the deep lying forward is the one that comes off the forward line to defend. That's him. He drops into the pockets. Just not very well in the last game. Maybe I'm guilty, by the way. Maybe I'm guilty of listening too much to the chat. No offence to the chat, but, you know, you get so many opinions from so many different people. You often end up doing things that might be taking from one idea and putting it into a system that's not really suited for that idea. So we'll go at it with fresh eyes against Poole Town. Isaac Lockett is here, everybody, as well. Great to see Isaac in.
Evening, everybody.
Isaac, by the way, did I see some exciting news on Twitter? Have you signed up with an Estonian football club to do a bit of media work for them? It sounds very exciting. If that's true, you're going to have to tell us a little more about that. Okay, fresh eyes. Here we go. Turfy's thinking double Mazzala in a 4-4-2. I couldn't do it. Hang on, Mike's gone all Portuguese here, and I'm going to try and pronounce it. The deep lying forward is the Avançado Recuado. Fluent, Mike, at this point. Fluent. Car. You've not seen... Oh, Car, I don't believe you. You're just trying to make me feel better because you're an absolute gentleman. You're top of the league, and well, we both know it. Rook, always listen to the chat. Never listen to the chat. I like it. Simple, plain 4-4-2. It was simple, Mattia, to begin with, and I've messed and I've tweaked and I've done bits of pieces. Craig, sometimes you can tinker too much. Oh, seen this stream before, have you, Craig? Okay, hang on then. Here we go. Nobody panic. Nothing to see here. Just a roguishly handsome middle-aged man playing a little bit of FM. Here we go. Take everything away. We strip it back to basics. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Okay. Bruno, as he has a really low line, that striker will fill the cam role and help with defending if he has the defending option. Yes. Fluid. All right. I feel like Mike and Bruno speak the same language, and it's not Portuguese. It's the language of football tactics. And here's me, fluent in Portuguese. Yes, but the language of football tactics, not so much. Anyway, regular guy. Finally got your first promotion. Oh, I don't want to hear about promotions, regular guy. Bring me tales of mid-table mediocrity and crushing disappointment. That's the first thing I want to hear from people in the chat. Car, bottle first. Now, third in the Premier League with Southampton is not a palaver, Car. Oh, hang on. Cry me a river here, Car. Lost in the Champions League quarterfinals. You're Southampton. That's not what you're doing crushingly well to me. Isaac, you have indeed. You worked with Kalev Tallinn last season and worked on their brand identity, getting back into it with them. Club has a great story as well. I've not heard about it. Is this a story that we're going to be telling in a Save Ideas video if we ever get the Estonian League in FM? Just putting it out there. Just putting it out there. Simon Thornley's already taking notes for a future episode. Okay, let me decide on my personnel first of all. Hayton, I don't like. The coaches, all of our goalkeepers are now rubbish. Okay. Not Officer Dibble, though. Not Officer Dibble. We can't go back to Officer Dibble. We're going back to Officer Dibble. We do have a third choice goalkeeper, by the way. And I have another one in on trial because I don't like the three that I've got. It's Tyler Dickinson. Tyler with an A, by the way. How trendy is that? Started out at Stotfold. He's been at all the big clubs, you know, Northwood, Waltham Abbey. He's been around. Oh, maybe he's better than what we've got. I mean, the coaches seem to think so. They'll downgrade that the moment he arrives at the training complex, by the way. I say training complex. I mean Cub Park. What are you lot up to now? Oh, look at you now. You're all having it. You know, you're all bringing your beautiful ideas, aren't you? Let's go. Keep it simple. Slightly lower defensive line. Counter with the wingers. Run at the defence. That sounds good. He was playing with high pressure, so I think they would not give away that much space. But I agree with you, Mike. Don't make me change formations, boys. I can't handle that. Lobes is saying click all the buttons. Mike, refuse God's intended tact. Thank you, Mike. On that we agree. Kostas Sklivanos, welcome in. Took you 11 years to win the Premier League with Blythe Spartans. I tell you what, doing that in 11 seasons, that's an achievement, Kostas. Welcome in. What do I want to say to Kostas? Not Zagabo. That's I love you. I don't want to go there yet. Diganis? There we go. Kostas, I'm assuming that you speak Greek. Maybe you don't. Wolf, it's easy, Llama. Just pick the people who will help you score the goals. I'm not sure well, that's Levi Amanchi. Come on, Levi. How long are you out, Levi? Three weeks, potentially. FMGNG, not the Dibble fan club. There is no Dibble fan club. You bought Rossiter in the Championship at St Albans in FM22 and he played for the Premier League. He's got a bit old now. Old Leonard Rossiter. Oh, no, he hasn't. He's 28. Right. Consistent performer, but not for me. Welcome in, Yoon Bile, anyway. Good to see you. Ben, let's play a 3-4-1-2 with Tiki-Taka, false 9. Hey, by half time, Ben, let's not rule that out. Bruno Fonte. You like Mike's tactical thinking. Don't support Mike. Don't give him that satisfaction. Ragnar Klavan was the president of that club. Oh, Costas. Did I get that right then? Deganis. I didn't know it was spelt like that, by the way. I'd only ever heard it saying Deganis. How are you? Hope you're doing well. I'm doing fabulously, Costas, but that really doesn't matter. It's you that we're concerned about. Where in the world are you? Who in the world do you support, Costas? We'd love to get to know you. Let's go in a 4-4-2. You need the double flanks to get stuff done. Karex says play the players that... Don't bring that phrase in here, Karex. We're not doing any footballs. We're doing nothing, Karex. Lopes, you're okay with no clean sheets? Good, you're in the right place. You don't have to pay out clean sheet bonuses. That's a good point. Nikos, hello. Deganis to you as well, Nikos. What have you missed? Oh, sounds like you've upgraded the training facilities now. We're calling it a compound. That was a slip of the tongue, Nikos, for which I apologise. Darren Taylor's win. Evil oil fan here. Darren, you're not an evil oil fan. You're a long-suffering supporter of a club that has been purchased by oil money, and don't even get me started on private enterprises being able to purchase football clubs. Darren, we hope that you are very well. How is life down in Somerset? Hope you're well. And what's next for Newcastle, Darren? Back to the grind of the Premier League, I guess. Top 4 is... We're still on the cards, isn't it? Still on the cards. Look, I think with Thompson in the side, this is my best lineup. Now, how do I want these chaps to play? I want a player that mops up behind the back four because there's so many balls over the top. Does he have good anticipation? Probably as good as we're going to get. Does he make good decisions? Yes. It's not the paciest, granted. We're going to do that. Next. Do we want our fullbacks going forward to support the wingers? I feel like yes. And we want them to deliver balls into the box because they can both cross. I would like them to cross from deep because they've already got a winger in front of them. So ticking that seems to make sense to me. So we'll do it. Then we step into the midfield. I want a player who is going to get forward and support the front two. A central midfielder on support did that by breaking into the box and scoring in the last game. I like the idea of giving him playmaking tendencies as well. Although, with passing and 10 of vision of 9, he might not be the best player to do that. Passing of 11 and vision of 9, he's not the best player to do that either, really. So my alternatives is I just instruct them to pass it to the wingers and make them try and beat a man. Or I just suck it up that they don't have the best passing and vision. Maybe I should do that. So you are going to pass more direct, and I can't ask you to take more risks as a ball-winning midfielder. So I'm going to stop asking you to do that. Instead, I'm going to ask you to do it as a central midfielder on defend, but you're going to press a little more. And you're going to tackle harder. So you're kind of a ball-winning midfielder, but not. Then we got the wingers, who I just want to do their thing. Give them the ball, deliver into the box. They're both reasonably quick. So I think balls in behind their defence we could get onto. So let's do that. Do we have any pace up front? Yeah, we do. So balls behind the opposition back line we could get onto. You are going to have to come and help out. And what I don't want is you coming back and bumping into Hickinson. So we'll do that. And you're now the player that's playing the more direct passes. So you're going to hit Harper, you're going to hit Dutz, and you're going to try and play balls into Wild Boar as well. So that makes sense to me. Thompson, deep lying forward, you're not cut out for that in any way, shape or form, really. Maybe as a pressing forward, you could just harry the opposition. That sounds good. Out of possession. Okay. We won't press too much. In fact, we're going to leave this. We're going to leave this nice and vanilla. In transition, I do want to counter. I want to counter down the flanks, but I don't know whether Dibs has got the distribution to do that. What I do want him to do, though, is to distribute the ball quickly. Don't want the opposition to be able to regroup before we counter on them. And I want to go at them with a bit of tempo. So we're going to do that. That's all I'm going to press for now. And I realise I've probably missed a lot of messages there. Ben, you'd bring the DLF on support back, then stick everybody else on defend in a 5-4-1. Llama, there's one thing you want to do with the tactic that you've registered up till now. It's time to click the work ball into box. Not that kind of guy, Wolf. Try to buy a win from somewhere. Top 4. Oh, sorry. You were talking about Newcastle now, Darren. You could easily have been talking about Kingstonian when talking about trying to buy a win. Top 4, we all miss, but that's fine. You think you're going to miss the top 4? It'd be a shame after the season you've had. The right midfielder on attack, deep line forward on support. What's so Buhani on attack? Could be. Isaac, you always struggle to change what I think good attribute numbers are when I change levels. Yeah, I think 12 is pretty decent at this level. 13 to 14 is then strong. Ben likes a Catenaccio style. Love the way you're going about this, Llama. Now, look, for those of you that don't know, behind the scenes, Isaac, who is a data analyst by day, is trying to school me in the world of data analytics. And he's being very patient in doing so, as is Mike, who tries to school me in all things tactics. This is just, in true Julia Roberts style, this is just a man standing in front of a stream. Thinking out loud, really. Simon, buying a win is more Barca style. It is very much. Okay, we're just going to go with this. It's nice and simple. And we're taking on Poole Town. Darren, Poole Town. Simon, Poole Town. That's your part of the world, isn't it? Isn't it? Let's go. Maybe play for set pieces as well. Shoot on sight. Trigger a lot of corner highlights. We could. Coloured Sands. Welcome in, Coloured Sands. Good to see you. Is this your first time in a stream, Coloured Sands? Or have you been a lurker in the past and we've tempted you out? Fabulous to see you. Lobes. Isaac is a data analyst. You've been interested in that line of work. I would be appalling at that line of work, and I think Isaac would testify to that right now. Paul, 40 miles door to door, is it, Darren? I knew that was your kind of neck of the woods. Just outside Bournemouth is Poole Town, the club Charlie Austin came through at, or have I made things up there? Isaac, there you go, Isaac. This is why you've got to get yourself on Discord. You can strike up these little conversations, although Lobes, I'm sure you're on Twitter. Lobes, if the chat bot will let you, put your little Twitter handle in the chat. And you and Isaac can chat data to your heart's content. Car, well, you're down that way as well, aren't you? You're a Wiltshire boy, aren't you, Car? Charlie Austin's hometown is Poole. Did he ever play for them? Coloured Sand, second time in. Found your channel when looking for save ideas. Great video. You're managing. Way, Simon, here we go, Simon. Salgarosh. We've done it, Simon. We've done a save ideas video and somebody's managing one of those clubs. Oh, fabulous news. Welcome in, Coloured Sands. How are you getting on with Salgarosh? Mike, by the way, and probably Bruno, are both rolling their eyes at my pronunciation of Salgarosh, I would imagine. What they don't know is I'm fluent in Portuguese. I'm fluent. Lobes, your Twitter is just JX Lobes. But you're in the manager's seat Discord. Of course you are, Lobes. Of course you are. We're trying to get Isaac in there. And then we can link him up with all these fabulous people. Mike, oh no, Mike, not the laughing emojis. Please, Mike. Salgueiros. Well, that was a better go, wasn't it? Salgueiros. I like a bit of osh at the end of Portuguese things. I just do it on every Portuguese word. Put osh at the end. And you're close, I always find. Do not get in behind my defence. Okay, Duts. This is where we want to counter Duts, but the wingers aren't going. Harps has stayed deep, and so we've not really countered. We've played a nothing ball behind him. He's won the ball back, but no, that's not how I want to play. We've won the ball back there, though. Come on, Harps. Drive at your man. Deliver into the box. Where's the midfield supporting? There's no midfield supporting. All right. We go again. Duts. Harps. Hickers. Hickers. Oh, come on. Deliver. Deliver. Nice goal. Get the ball out wide. Delivery into the box. Back of the stanchion. Love it. The mighty Swindon signed Charlie Austin from Paul. Thank you for the local knowledge, CarX. Knew I could rely on you. Better. Salgirosh. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Mike. I just need a little bit of guidance every now and then. Let's go. They have an advanced midfielder, so there's the opportunity for overloads against your two-man central midfield. But what a two-man central midfield it is. Let's go. These two men, you can't overload them. It's like having N'Golo Kante playing alongside Danny Drinkwater. You can't overload them because Kante is two midfielders in one. By the way, Kante, we've got halftime talks to have in a minute. Come on, Tomo. 2-0 would be good. Oh, Tomo. Yes. And the wild boar. Wild boar. Put that ball through. Link-up play from the strikers. Now, we built it from just a long punt forward. Wild boar. Header on. Tomo's in. Into the box. Past the keeper, who looks like he was picking up litter. 2-0 against Poole. Not sure Poole are a great team, but hey, we're 2-0 up. We'll take it. We're outperforming the XG. Hey, brace yourselves, people. We're outperforming the XG. We got to halftime, 2-0 up. I like it. What else have we got there? CarX, the Discord link isn't working. Well, that's probably because I'm a clown, I would imagine. Bear with me. Bear with me. Let's see if we can fix that live on screen, CarX. We'll go into the Discord. By the way, Mike and Simon are both mods. I don't know whether you can put links to our Discords in there as mods. Feel free, by the way, on a regular basis if you're able to. You can tell I'm about as good working Discord as I am with Football Manager Tactics. Let's get an invite. In fact, I can send you a direct invite there, Car. Done it via Discord because we've already chatted. Let's get back in. Now, chatbot might override me, even though I'm meant to be in charge of chatbot. But let's pop that in there. There we go. That might work. That might work. Oh, Ben Basterfield, give you a journeyman save idea. You're at Roma now. What should be your long-term aim for the save? Well, I would just say stay at Roma until you're happy. And then what do you want a theme for a journeyman? You could do what I'm doing if you're Roma and only manage clubs from capital cities. That's what I'm doing. Could you try and win 10 league titles, only managing clubs from capital cities? You know, get yourself out to Athens. Get yourself out to Brussels. Get yourself out to ADO Den Haag. Try and win the Eredivisie. That could be a thing. If I want a truly hard-working midfield, you'd go with, well, hey, Talis, we've got it coming as well. Well, the options that we've got in midfield, Talis, are honestly bewildering. So we're going to try and do two things with it today, although I get ahead of myself, okay? I'll save it for the halftime team talk. Come on, let's get a third in. And then I'm going to be a happy man. Come on, Duts, deliver. Deliver, Duts. Or just go down. Where are you going, Duts? Oh, you've gone back to the halfway line. Okay, here we go. Hickinson. If God was a footballer, he would be Hickinson, by the way. Harper, it's poor. Now we're getting counted on ourselves. Leach, sticking to the line. Sticking to the line. We've won it back, though. McGlinchey, Shacks. Over the top. Aimless ball. Don't like it. Gotta be honest. Don't like those aimless balls from the back line. And I don't like not challenging either. Oh, and they're in behind, and here's the comeback. Oh, Dibs. Got no game. Did you see him? It was offside. But Dibs. Ben, you like that idea? Do you go for it? I mean, you don't even have to keep it to European capital cities, depending on what leagues you can add to your game and what your computers can handle. Get yourself out to Buenos Aires. Get yourself out to DC United. Vince Harper. Why do you never play well, Vince Harper? Concerns me, I have to be honest. Okay, we're making a change. Let's praise the players. Only 3 shots the entire game. I was complaining before about having too many shots and not scoring enough goals. Now we've scored 2, and I'm complaining that we've not had enough shots. It's perfectionism in action there. Leach again, and DeBar, a player we had on trial, and he's scored. Oh, thank you, Sean. Spotted that one. Very nice. Anybody know why Roma has a rhino? Didn't realise there were rhinos in Italy. It's a good point. There will be a story, won't there, Isaac? There'll be a story behind that. We've praised the players. They've promptly conceded a goal. Poole Town, by the way, are around the same place as us in the table as... Oh, Milner Smith has flicked a header in. Got no game. You take it all back. Commanding keeper. And of course, KD3, thank you very much. Legia Warsaw. CSKA Sofia. Tales of the Tapes. Subscribe to the channel. Welcome in, Tales. Good to see you. Oh, it's a wolf. It's a wolf that's Romulus and Remus were raised by the legendary foundation story of Rome. There you go. There you go. The chat knows things. We're going to make a little cursory substitution. Kwame Thomas on for Harrison Thompson, who's been booked. McGlinchey's struggling. George Wilson comes on. We can see home a 3-1 win here. 5 points off the playoffs now. Don't call it a comeback, people. I'm pretty happy with that. I really am pretty happy with that. I'm even more happy with this, by the way. Even more happy. Isaac, don't know why you thought it was a rhino. Your mind just went there. Jesse Laferber, speaking of the Eredivisie, you did 16 seasons with Roda JC. Took some time, but eventually brought them back to the top flight. Eventually won them their first league title. That, Jesse. That sounds like a save and a half. Got a lovely stadium as well, haven't they, Roda JC? Former winners of the Dutch Cup. Should we take a run up at their full name or at the name of the town? Is it Kakrada? I'm going to say it fast and stick with it. Kakrada. There we go. There we go. Anyway, we need to get into our halftime conversation, don't we? And I'm excited about it because you can sense the excitement. When we were streaming a couple of weeks ago, we started picking our all-time best 11 African players that had appeared in the Premier League. It was good fun. We left out some huge names. Drogba didn't get in the side. I know. Samuel Eto'o didn't get into the side. I know. Why am I getting messages about Racing de Ferrol, by the way? Anyway. We're going to go again. We're going to go again. Look at this one. What we're going to try and do as a stream chat is to select our best all-time French 11 that have played in the Premier League. Now, we're going to keep it nice and simple for today's stream because we've got something pretty big and pretty contentious to decide first of all. We're going to need to pick a formation. And I will warn you, the midfield of French footballers that have played in the Premier League is stacked. So are the strikers. Stacked. Just like Africa, I don't think there are as many strong options at left back or right back. There are options, but I think they've got a bit of an uncontested race from the limited research that I've done. And then on the wings as well, I think we've got great options for the wings. I'm not sure we've got the same depth, but centrally, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So, I mean, central midfield. I mean, there are 5 players that could play the number 6 role that would be superb. And I think we need to get multiples of them into our side. Some of them, like Marcel Desailly, for example, I don't know whether we want to interpret Desailly as a centre-back for the purposes of this, because there's a risk that Marcel Desailly wouldn't even get into our midfield, such is the strength there. You got players like World Cup winning captains like Didier Deschamps, who I'm not sure are going to get into this side. We've also got to make the decision. Are we going to pick players based on the careers that they had or what they produced during their time in England? Because again, you know, Didier Deschamps moved to Chelsea in the, you know, the Indian summer of his career. Most of his good work was done at Marseille, later at Juventus and with the French national team. So we're going to have to make a decision. We've got some ideas for formations coming in. Ben, I'm with you, as in a 3-5-2. And I'm not even sure that the 3-5-2 will involve fullbacks. Maybe the fullbacks might get bought in as some of the centre-half options. We might go full Luke Shaw, Kyle Walker when he plays for England. Ryan's going for a 4-3-3. I think a three-man midfield is a must, by the way. A classic 2-3-5. Even a 2-3-5, Darren, I'm not sure that gets enough midfielders in. Nathan's thinking a 3-5-2. Isaac sounds like a Christmas tree with a bit of cheeky cliche. Patrice Evra as well, you see. Ginola must make the team, but Tales of the Tapes. What if, welcome in, by the way, Tales. What if David Ginola is a left winger and he's up against Robert Pires? What if Thierry Henry goes out as a winger because we've got such strength? Oh, Isaac Steed, Mulbronk. That could be a thing. Sean was thinking Ginola as well. But Ginola versus Perez. I don't know. I don't know what you do there. Well, I do know. I know what I'd do. Au revoir, David is what I would do because Robert Pires was just a Rolls Royce. Where could we have a bit of creative license? Could we play Pires over on the right and Ginola on the left? Sure, we could, couldn't we? Let's go thinking like a Brazilian box. Could do that as well. Oh, the options. So anyway, we will... Lauren Robert, of course, for Newcastle. I mean, you've also got players, cams, wide players like Dimitri Payet as well. But Ben, I thought that you would back Perez. Coloured sounds. Morten Gamps Pedersen, fabulous footballer, was better than Steve Malbronk. No, it's not French, but let's get Morten Gamps Pedersen in the team. Bakary Sagna, Emmanuel Petit, Frank Leboeuf, Lauren Robert. Yeah, see, the names. Well, here's what we're going to do today. We're going to select our formation. 3-5-2 is the best one that I've heard so far. And then that gives us flexibility. We could put wingers up against fullbacks maybe. We could bring fullbacks in and play in the back three. What we're going to do today is we're just going to go goalkeepers. Now, I've thought of 4. I think it's a 2-horse race between 2 World Cup winning goalkeepers. Although, Steve Mandanda, spelt wrongly on screen, Steve Mandanda also has a World Cup winners medal. In fact, that very picture, I've cropped him going up to collect his World Cup winners medal. And then Bernard Lamar, because of Bernard Lamar kind of reasons, is also in contention as well. So we're going to go with our goalkeepers. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to jump back over into the game. I'm going to continue playing forward a little bit. And you're just going to tell me whether there are any French goalkeepers that I might have forgotten that could challenge those 4 to be in our poll. And unless you tell me otherwise, I'm going to set up the poll now as... forgive me whilst I do typing here. We're going to have Fabien Barthez, who somebody tells me is only 5'9", by the way. That's a fabulous stat, which if it's true, is very un-goalkeeper-esque. We're going to go with Hugo Lloris, so 2 World Cup winners there. We're going to throw in Mandanda, who played half a season perhaps for Crystal Palace, maybe a little longer. And we're also going to throw in Bernard Lamar, who I'm spelling Llama, which is not right, is it? I can't put myself in this team as much as the raving. Sorry, just got information through on screen. As much as the narcissist in me would like to put myself in the team, I can't do that. I can't do that at all. So those are the 4 that I think I'm going for. Lamar played a very short stint for West Ham United. So So Darren thinks it's got to be Lloris. Craig is a fan of the 3-5-2. Varane's another name to mention, of course. Desai, LeBouf, of course. Surprised nobody's mentioned William Gallas. He'll be mentioned when we go on to centre-backs. Do not you worry, young man. Craig is already backing Lloris. We've not even got onto the poll yet. Early days of playing Football Manager for Ryan. Bernard Lamar was always a good goalkeeper. Matthew saying Wiltord, another Arsenal favourite. Are we going, so here we go, tails of the tapes. Are we going with the best player overall all their time in the Premier League? I think we judge them across their entire careers, personally. So they're the best French goalkeeper that has appeared in the Premier League. At least that's what I think we should do. Tell me whether you're with me. No, Lass, you're right. Nobody has mentioned Pascal Sigon. By the way, Laurent Blanc played a year, 2 years at Manchester United. Another World Cup winner. In fact, was he the captain in France 98 or was it Didier Deschamps? I forget. Okay, I'm putting the poll out there. So we're going to go with best player. It has to be the entire career, says Coloured Sands. Thank you. Otherwise, it's unfair on players who had a short stint in the Premier League. Ben agrees, so there we go. That's enough for me, ladies and gentlemen. The poll is live. Now, I think this is a straight shootout between Barthez and Lloris, isn't it? We've got Barthez, Champions League with Marseille, if I'm not very much mistaken. Joined Manchester United. Not sure what he won with Manchester United. Admiral, welcome in, Admiral. Admiral Fugitora. It was Didier Deschamps that was the captain. Fabulous. Très bon. Yeah, Barthez, I'm fairly sure, was with Marseille with Didier Deschamps and Jean-Pierre Papin and Marcel Desailly when they won the European Cup, beat AC Milan. Not sure what else Barthez won in his career at a club level. Don't know where else he played. I know he played at Nantes for a period of time. I don't know whether he won the title with Nantes. Only other goalkeeper you can think of is Lionel Perez, who went from Sunderland to Newcastle. Yeah, I think we can stick with the four that we've got. It's very close at the moment between Barthez and Lloris, by the way. We'll give you another minute to have your say. We need a good custodian for this side. By the way, I have a dream. A humble dream, granted, but I have a dream that once we've selected our French Premier League all-time best 11, we then line them up on screen against our all-time Africa Premier League 11, and we have another little poll to decide who would win over two legs. Not that this matters. I just like these kind of pub discussions, you know. Not that I go to the pub, I'm teetotal, but I like sitting around and just chewing the fat about football. It's good fun. It's good fun. Okay, I think we're going to end the poll right now. And I think Fabien Barthez has made it in as our keeper. So we start off with a World Cup winner. Lloris, of course, will be on the bench in case there's any injuries. We might also have to have a little think about our all-time best ever Premier League French manager as well. Who else other than Arsene Wenger would we put into the reckoning there? Who was the guy that Leicester had for a year that they then bombed out? I think he was at Southampton as well. Fabien Barthez wins it as well. Barthez participated in the Le Mans 24-hour. Competed as a racing driver in 2008. A little bit of success, did he? Ben, these are very funny. Should definitely do a Brazilian one. Do you know what, Ben? I could do these all day. I'm not even that interested in playing the Football Manager, particularly given how our form is. I very much do enjoy just putting these kind of these little what-if scenarios together for us to chat about in the poll. Jean Tigana, of course. Did Jean Tigana manage Fulham? Or was he director of football? Or did he do both? Gerard Houllier, Isaac, thank you very much. Very successful stint at Liverpool. Also managed Aston Villa. Good options here. Good options. Ben, you say with no hint of bias at all as an Arsenal fan that it has to be Wenger. Monkey in the Fog, good afternoon. Work life, get in the way of catching the live stream. So watching that, I tell you what, Monkey in the Fog, do you know my favourite kind of viewer is somebody that goes back and watches things after they've taken place. That is fabulously supportive. It's why I'm streaming on YouTube rather than the other brand, because as soon as I click end stream, they just sit there on the channel, and if anybody else wants to watch them, they can. And I'm getting as many views after streams as I'm getting during them. So I like it. You're currently in a meeting, so let the live action commence. Tails, he managed Fulham, did he? I don't know why I thought he might have been director of football. We've got a cup game, by the way, so we're making changes. So in come the reserves. Georgie Wilson in there. Kwame Thomas in there. Let's get Leonard Rossiter in there as well. Louis Darlington. Get in the team, Louis Darlington, will you? We're going to keep Dibbles in for a bit of consistency. We get Kaninda into the team. We get Tommy Davis into the team. New left back, please. We will go with Lewis Preston. We'll go with Kinsella on the left wing. Is everybody rotated? They are indeed. Game 2 of the stripped back tactic continues now. Coloured Sands, thank you very much. Claude Puel. That's the name. We got Patrick Vieira, of course. Jacques Santini. Was that a Spurs experiment there? Alain Perrin. Don't remember who he managed. Remy Gard at Aston Villa. Coloured Sands, you've done a fabulous job recalling those French managers. Well done. Get back in these streams when you can, Coloured Sands, because you're a font of footballing knowledge. And we thank you for it. We are taking on, not Middlesbrough. I didn't actually look at who our opponents were. Never mind. We go into the game. We're not in the first round proper yet, so I don't think this is a strong side that we're playing. You never know. Alan Paran was at Portsmouth. Coloured Sands, that's fabulous knowledge. Fabulous knowledge. Here we go. Tommy Davis. Another long ball forward I'm not keen on. Not keen on. We're just surrendering possession to the opposition. Jesse, it's 7:30 a.m. You're in Western Canada, are you, Jesse? Are you a French-speaking Canadian, Jesse? Are you in the Montreal area? Are you in Quebec? Oh, we're in. Oh, Husseini scored. Thank you very much. Sean Dyche can be French if he wants. Sean Dyche does whatever he wants, doesn't he? You're in work as well. Are you just starting your... right, you're not in. Where are you then? Are you an Ontario native, Jesse? I'm just trying to use my very limited Canadian knowledge here. There are rumours about a Llama road trip to Canada in the summer, so it'll be the first time I've ever been there. Reed, corner for Borough. We still don't know who Borough are. Dibble flaps at one, gets away with it, as Dibble does. 9 shots, 6 on target. Had to take French for most of your school days, but you're not fluent or even bilingual. Sure, not a strong side. Famous all right, sure, all right. Oh, yeah, I wish I hadn't said that. Never mind. I say they're not a strong side. I've no idea who we're playing. They've just come up as Borough. Let's find another gear. Shall we also try and find out who we're playing? Who are you? Brian Adams plays for them. Vinny Adams. Oh, it's... I recognise the badge. Harrowborough. I could have just read that. Yeah, Harrowborough. Formerly managed by David Howells, I think. Harrow or Harrogate, by the look of it. Yeah, it's Harrowborough. So they are not in the same division as us. They are indeed from the division below. They've got real players, though. Jared, I'll tell you what, he looks all right, doesn't he? Jared Lewington. West Country boy. Bovey Tracy. That sounds West Country to me. Bovey Tracy has to be in Somerset. If it's not in Somerset, I don't know what we're doing with our lives. Bovey Tracy sounds like a village you would go through, probably on a tractor, on the way to the Glastonbury Festival. Would I be right? Oh, Darren. Oh, well, there you go. Every day's a school day, Darren. If he was from Quebec, he would introduce himself from Quebec and not Canada. Thank you for that little tip. Bovey Tracy is in Devon, is it? Coloured Sands. Brian Adams play for them. This result is going to cut like Sean. Little ripple of applause. I was making that same joke back in the summer of 69. Back in the summer of 69. If you don't like that joke, I'm going to run to you. Is that Brian Adams? Bovey Tracy, 5 miles from you, Simon. I always thought, Simon, maybe I'm wrong, Simon. I always thought that you were in Dorset. Are you actually in Devon? I thought you were in Dorset. Yeovil's in Dorset, isn't it? Is it? Yeah. Remember, I live in the most landlocked part of the United Kingdom. I don't get down to the southwest as often as I should. I have a... Sean, thank you. Thank you very much, Sean. Thank you very much. I might not have stuck purely to Brian Adams' songs there. But, you know, Sean, everything I do it for you. Sean, everything I do it for you. Oh, the Prince of Thieves. Nathan Marsh, it's like bad medicine. Simon, you're in Newton Abbot. I've been to the racecourse in Newton Abbot. Yeovil, Somerset. Oh, Simon, sorry, I'm all over the shop here. All over the shop. George Wilson playing poorly. Let's get the glinch on. Let's continue. 66 minutes played. 1-0 up against a team from the division below us. Dibbs is on a free kick. Or a goal kick, as they traditionally call them. Don't concede a goal. I mean, oh, don't. Oh, don't. Dibbs, come up big. Oh, Dibbs. Does his disco dancing saves. Never doubted Dibble, by the way. Always thought he was our number one keeper. £65 a week well spent there, I think, on young Christian Dibble. Dibbs. Always flapped at one there. Oh, good Lord, Dibbs. Dibbs, we're going to need you again here, son. All right. Did it twice. It's a rotated side. It's a rotated side. Jesse, that's way too true. You're originally from Southern Ontario, but you moved to Calgary on the day of your 18th birthday. Well, Jesse, you're going to have to tell us where in Southern Ontario you are. I know Toronto, obviously, and I also know Hamilton as well. Are you near any of those? No, Dibbs. Are you near any of those two towns? Coloured Sands. Chair of the Brian Adams fan club. No, I just know a bit. It's my era, isn't it? The olden days. Well done, Darlington. Thank you. Darren Taylor, you live in Somerset. Dorset is 1 mile away. Devon is 5 miles away. You're on the 3 counties border. I'm a bit like that myself, Darren, except just not in anywhere near as nice a part of the world. I'm on the Northamptonshire, Leicestershire, Warwickshire border. I can almost touch each of them from where I'm sat now. Simon Thorne is putting some West Country banter in there that I don't really understand, but I'm sure Darren is aware of that reference. We're in again. Oh, should have scored another. But don't concede another now. Goodness me. Whoa. What's all this? Harrowborough, I should say, are far too plucky for my liking in this game. Andy Hinchcliffe in goal. Dean Lewington up front. We've won again. Here we go. Asani, come on. Behind their defence now. Into Darlington. Oh, no. It's Thomas. And then to Darlington. That's a penalty. Didn't look like one. Oh, Darlington stepping up. Llama, who do you support in real life? Darlington's in. Colour Sands. Support is a very strong word given my feelings for the club. I am a Birmingham City fan, although our club is run by unscrupulous individuals right now. So I wouldn't say I support them in any way, shape or form. Certainly not financially if I can help it. But that is who I am a fan of. Oh no, 3-2 against a team from the division below. Got to keep telling myself this is the reserves. So yes, Sans, I am a Birmingham City fan. As are 2 of my 3 children. Work to do on the youngest. He's still refusing. Quite militantly, by the way, refusing to support Birmingham. But I've managed to win the other 2 round. I tell you, it's a tough sell. Oh, that's a great free kick. It is a tough sell. Ben, thanks for the save idea. You've just started a save where you need to win the league with a side from the second city. Oh, Ben. Now you're talking our language. I would advise Aston Villa rather than Birmingham City when you're in the England area, but that sounds superb. Ben, are you from Birmingham? Again, that's a complicated question there, Ben. I was born in Birmingham. I left there when I was very young, and I grew up in a place called Worcestershire, which kind of borders the West Midlands, borders Birmingham. And then I moved away, and now I lived in Birmingham for a year or so in my 20s, but now I live in the middle of nowhere, really. What do we got? Thought it pronounced Llama, like in Spanish. Alessandro thought what was pronounced Llama. You're going to have to fill us in there. Morg is... Oh, you put Wickham Wanderers. You're a Wickham Wanderers fan, Morg? Is that right? Coloured Sands, BCFC, Oberfemi Martins and Craig Gardner.
What a finish! What a final! What a celebration! What a shock!
The very same, Coloured Sands, the very same. Did some quick Googling, and Nick Pope used to play for Harrow Borough. Tell you what, that's a good goalkeeper to have if you've got a sell-on clause, isn't it? I imagine Harrow Borough could be dining off that for years. Brace yourselves. Queen's Park Rangers have announced the sacking of Mark Bonner. They are a London club, 20th in the Sky Bet Championship. They would love us as their next manager, wouldn't they? Their favourites. Oh, come on. Lee Bowyer. I mean, come on. I'm doing a bad job at Kingstonian, but come on. Even I would be a better choice than Lee Bowyer. He's currently Portsmouth boss. Do we put in a speculative application for the QPR? It's not likely, is it? It's not likely. Ben, a lot of your friends support Villa. You're in the West Midlands. You're an Arsenal fan in the West Midlands, are you, Ben? Yeah, my brother supports Villa, Ben. Bit of a split family. Mom's half, lots of Villa fans. Dad's half, all Birmingham. Monkey, got a question about Caninder. Is it me, or are his ratings always pretty good compared to... Monkey, I'm just kind of like reading between the lines of that. Is that code for why are you not playing Ben Caninder? I'm not playing him because of a lack of pace and his tackling and passing not being that good. He's averaging a 6.89, although there's only 3 starts. He played well in the last game, I guess, but it was a cup game. But he did average above a 7. Who am I playing instead of him is the real question. We got Jay Keith averaging above a 7, and I think Jay Keith is a better player. I think. And then I'm also playing George James Milner-Smith, who's slow, granted, but is one heck of a tackler and is aggressive and is also averaging above a 7. So, Caninder is first backup, would we say? I don't know, Monkey. Let me know. Let me know. Let's go. One-Eyed Baz would be... Oh, sorry, Morgan. Wolverhampton Wanderers. I went Wickham Wanderers. Don't know why my mind went to Wickham rather than Wolverhampton. Nathan lived and worked in Worcester for a while. You'll have to let us know where, Nathan. I may well know your haunts. Coloured. At least you won the trophy. You lost the FA Cup final and League Cup final in the span of a few years. Who's the team there, Coloured Sands? Who's the team? Tales of the Tapes. You live in Thailand. Birmingham will always have a place in your heart as you're a metal fan. Slade. I joke. They're Walsall. Ozzy Osbourne. Deep Purple. Tails, you're going to have to tell me more metal bands from Birmingham. Those are the only two. I mean, Ocean Colour Scene, I don't think we'd say are a metal band, would we? You're going to have to let me know. We're up against Dorking next. We're 15th, they're 16th, but we have got 2 wins. Judas Priest, is that right? Okay. I didn't know they were from Birmingham. UB40, again, not one of your big metal bands, granted. They're on one of the minor stages at Download. Who else? Who's the violinist? Nigel something. What's his name? I can't remember his name. He was a Villa fan. He's from Birmingham. The other violinist, Vanessa May. She's from Birmingham as well, I think. Blast from the past there, Simon Thornton. Yeah, well, that's what this stream is for, isn't it? It's basically just nostalgia with a small amount of Football Manager just thrown in the background. And I like the way we're branching out from general football nostalgia more into the realms of just, popular culture nostalgia. That's why we're here. He's a good player, isn't he? Concentration of 5, don't like that. Coloured Sands, you're a Cardiff City fan. You lost to Portsmouth in the 2008 FA Cup and Liverpool in the League Cup final. 2012, Anthony Gerrard, Stephen's Cousins missed a penalty. God, that's a killer. That is a killer. Everything began with Black Sabbath. That is enough to make Birmingham the mecca of metal. Monkey in the fog. No pace, passing or tackling. Fair enough. Though maybe he'd been caught cheating at cards on the coach from games. UB40 is a metal band because they play a lot of horns. Thank you, Wolf Tracks. Backing me up. Wolf Tracks is just settling in with his glass of red wine. It's another one for you. Black Sabbath are also from Birmingham. Yeah. Going quite a long way back in time to get metal bands from Birmingham, aren't we? But what other metal bands are from Birmingham? I think I've been through my entire knowledge of any bands that are from Birmingham. Let's leave that to the assistant. Dorking. I feel like if Dorking are 16th, we should be beating them. Right? We're 15th. They're 16th. But we've got 2 wins. Nigel Adkins. No. Who? Napalm Death are never from Birmingham, are they? Is that right? What about Ned's Atomic Dustbin? I'm not sure they're a metal band. Are they from Birmingham? I'm making things up. Who was the violinist? Nigel Aston Villa fan. There's only one famous violinist in the world. Apart from that guy who's always on at Christmas. Can we nickname Kingstonian the War Pigs in honour of Black Sabbath? I think we nicknamed the K's because Kingstonian begins with a K. By the way, if you like the song War Pigs, Monkey in the Fog, would suit Wild Boar. If you like War Pigs, you should check out a Rage Against the Machine tribute band called Brass Against the Machine, who are a brass band who do cover versions primarily of Rage Against the Machine songs. But they branch out and they do some other songs. They do lots of Tool songs. Nigel Kennedy, Isaac, thank you. Thank you. Nigel Kennedy is the Birmingham-born violinist. That's the badger. That's the one we're after. Thank you very much. Yeah, he's from Birmingham. There you go. That's the end of that story. Cathedral, one of doom metal's biggest bands, are from Coventry. Now, my knowledge of the whole doom metal scene is perhaps not as good as it should be. And I like the way you've taken it towards doom metal. Right, I need to get my starting 11 back in. Forgive me, I'm going to go over here for a moment and just concentrate, if that's okay with you. Who do I want in my side? I need Hickinson back in. Where's my left winger? Vinnie Harper. Where's Dutz? Okay, he's in. Kaninda, apologies, back on the bench. Not for Tommy Davis. Don't get excited, Tommy. That's a short-term thing. We're going to keep Dibbs in goal. Howie, McGlinchey, Dickinson. And then Darlington. You're not playing Darling. Good Lord, Darling. Where is Wild Boar? Wild Boar. Duran are from Birmingham. Sorry, I meant to be concentrating. Duran. They're from Birmingham. Where's my striker? Wild Boar. Rossiter out. Darling out. Bodner out the team. Frimpong. There we go. God, Lewis Baker, you've not got a lot of football, have you? Let's pop you on the bench in case we need something off the bench. We don't need Frimpong and George Wilson, do we? There we go. What have I missed? Born in Brighton. So who's born in Brighton? Nigel Kennedy. Ah, okay. He supports Aston Villa then. Maybe it's not from Birmingham at all. If we're talking about classical musicians that play metal, you would recommend Apocalyptica. I like the name. Spent your entire youth playing guitar and collecting music. It was the only thing you did other than play FM. Very good. Napalm Death are from Meriden. Is that right? Nathan, live on Barbourne Road by Gellivelt Park. Worked at... Oh, sorry, live. Oh, sorry, I thought we were talking about music again. You live on the Barbourne Road. Oh, sorry, you're actually in Worcester. I think they've shut down. Lived, sorry. Yeah. J.R. Tolkien was from Birmingham. Yeah. A big metal fan as well, J.R.R. Tolkien. All the hobbits were in the mosh pit. How did we get onto this, by the way? Hobbits in a mosh pit. Look, we've got important FMing to do. Is it any wonder that I don't win any games of Football Manager? When you lot are deliberately distracting me with talk of where Nigel Kennedy was born and metal-loving hobbits. Come on now. Oh, that was a bad team talk. We've got important Football Managers to concentrate on here. Here we go. We need a win. This is a big game. This would make it 3 wins from 3 since we went more stripped back on our tactic. And we're taking on a Dorking side, which on the face of things is very winnable. And we have an early corner. Hickinson. I love Hickinson. Kellen Hickinson. What a footballer. Not great delivery. Go on, Hicks. Hit it. Does what he likes, Kellen Hickinson. Love it. Throwing the chat under the bus. Thank you, Simon. Hobbits are great. Absolutely, they love it. Very hairy feet, though, when they're crowd surfing. You don't want to get a handful of that. Plus, when they put their jewellery on, they just disappear, Wolf. Hobbits in a mosh pit should be the title of this stream. No, don't. I don't need any kind... Get it away. I don't need any encouragement to go even more bizarre than I am already, please. Come on. I'll quite happily turn Football Manager off and we'll do a Hobbit in a mosh pit kind of stream. Don't need any encouragement at all. That's a poor ball. Why do you do those things, Harper? Get the ball down and run at your defender. Stop trying to dink it. That's better. Go on, son. Oh, no, Harps. Come on. Heath. I don't like these balls over the top, although here is Wild Boar. Ooh. Hit the bar. Decent start. Goal up. Effort against the crossbar. Long ranger. Granted. But we're doing well. In fact, why don't we even treat ourselves to praising the players and telling them they're doing well? Hickinson's in again. Hickinson's real deal. We've hit the bar again. Go on, Hicks. More delivery. Hickinson's real deal. I've only just thought of that one. And if you live outside of the UK, that will mean nothing to you whatsoever. I can only apologise for that. I try and keep my references as global in scope as I possibly can, but when the opportunity arises, sometimes I just revert to type. Here is Wild Boar. Oh, that's a good finish from Wild Boar. Look, have we improved things since we completely stripped back our tactic to basics? Is the moral of the story just don't try and interpret what I think would be good in a tactic. Just don't press buttons. Don't press them. Stick them out there in a 4-4-2 and just let the boys play. The more I try and do, the worse things seem to get. Comley, oh, I'm sure he used to play for us, didn't he? By the way, I've signed so many players and released them that most of this league used to play for us. Tomo, get on the end of that, Tomo. There you go. Now send Wild Boar through. Or go yourself, okay. Peak finish from Wild Boar it was, absolutely. Put on a bit of weight though, Wild Boar. It's getting a bit porky. One shot for Dorking, by the way. We're playing all right. We're doing well. Brace yourselves. I'm on the edge of declaring us on an upswing in form here. There, a tackle should have gone in there, though. And Broom sweeps his way down the line into Comley. Now, just win this ball back. Come on, Tomo. Okay, get up. That was Sam Vokes. No business being at this level. Playing for Dorking, by the way. Sam Vokes, that's their first shot on target and they're back in the game. Sam Vokes at Dorking. Dibble, just doing Dibble things there. Woo. No genuine effort to save the football. Oh, we get to see this again, do we? Oh, Wolf, thank you. You think we're improving things by me staying out of the tactics more. It's kind of like the approach to neoliberal economics, isn't it? Just stay out of the economy more and things will do well. It's like me with tactics. Kellen Hickinson is injured. And it's a lower leg injury. That's a broken leg, isn't it? That's a broken leg. This is terrible. Every manager has a way that they want to play. You build your team in how you want it to play. I know, Isaac. I know, Dean. Talking about people who are from Birmingham. Dean Gripton's with us. Hope you're well, Dean. Duran. See, Dean gets it. Dean gets it. All stream, Dean. Whenever Wild Boar gets on the ball, I've been going, Wild Boar. And nobody understands. I know it's Wild Boys, but still, I've explained it to the chat, Dean, and they still didn't get it. Yeah, 17 goals for Vokes already. What business has he got playing in this league? Do you know what? I'm going to give Louis Baker a go. Who, well, really, you don't want in the central areas with tackling of 4 and positioning of 4. And really is the wrong choice to bring on when you've got a narrow lead. But I like his creativity. So on he comes. Here he goes. Wild Boar probably should be playing for Porky United. Llama Queen, not late in at all. Fashionably late. Fashionably. Well, I suppose that's still late. Great to see you, Jackie. Hope you're having a fabulous day. Simon, want to maximise the overall utility by being... I want you to maximise your overall utility by being entirely selfish. Yeah, that's my approach, Simon. I think we're all going to have to deal with this. Ben, you need to play better players than the opposition. Ben, I can offer 300 quid a week. How much is Sam Vokes? How much is Sam Vokes on? Let's have a look at that. I don't think Sam Vokes is on 300 quid a week. He's on 400 quid a week. But anyway, that's not my point. You're right. I do need better players. 17 goals for Vokes and Dorking are in 15th. Yes. Well, as I've proven for the last 2 seasons, Wolf, having one of the division's top scorers is no barrier to finishing in mid-table. Anyway, have I done my halftime team talk yet? I'm going to assume that I have. I have. Okay. Wild Boar's playing well, isn't he? I am alarmed at the injury to Kellen Hickinson. If that's more than a week, I'll cry. Here he is, Wild Boar. Dean gets it. Thank you. Come on, drive to the line, son. Now deliver. Oh, finally, Rami Buhawi steps up. Loving how buzzing these chats are. Is this buzzing, Isaac? Does this constitute buzzing? Are we in buzzing territory? I don't know. I feel like you lot are in buzzing territory and I'm more in kind of aimless rambling territory. I don't know. I love the chats too. I've got to be honest. These streams are a beautiful oasis in my week. Joshua Brown's with us as well. Dibble is useless. Yeah, you're right, Joshua. Abdullahi Raki is available. Where do you get these names from, Joshua Brown? I don't remember Abdullahi Raki. Oh, that's another good effort from Milner Smith. Just got some raspberry protein yogurt, life-affirming deliciousness in a tub. Love that. Beautiful little bit of phraseology. A banger from Rami. I like Rami. I wish Rami would play better, by the way, because I really do think he's a good player. Although he was probably being mismanaged, let's be fair. And now he did well in the last game as well. He got an assist and a 7.3. And now he's just popped up with a goal. So, what else we got? But how he scored because you turned up. Of course he did, Joshua. Of course he did. You're the motivating factor behind his performance. Louis Baker's come on and is not playing well. That's on me. Otherwise, well, do you know what? Fitness is not too bad. Let's play on. Regular guy. I get it. Too old. I'm old. What have I missed, regular guy? Who's old? What are you on about? Llama Queen. You're on the train, home from work practice. You practice for work? Don't score. Oh, Dibs. Oh, it's Vokes again. Was that straight at Dibs? Is this just me? We need a better angle here. This looks straight at him. Oh, Dibble. Dibble. Come on now. Look, we're back into this territory of just letting opposition back into the side. Anyway, sorry, Jackie. You're on the train home from work practice. When you get home, hopefully you'll take the Slovenian League title with, I'm not pronouncing that, with a side from Ljubljana, Jackie. Thank you very much. Got no game. What do you mean you can't believe the anti-Dibble bias? Were you watching there? Got no? I can't be the only one that sees it, surely. Pokesy is with us as well. Good afternoon.
Afternoon, everybody.
Pokes, it's always a treat whenever you're in the chat. It's nice to have a fellow Football Manager streamer in there that makes me feel better about my own tactical acumen. And I also like the way you've branched out, Pokes, into making people feel better about their drafting abilities as well. You're one of the community's givers, and we thank you for it. We've got away with a win. Regular guy, you get the wild ball thing. Oh, regular guy, now I'm with you. We all get the wild ball thing now, don't we? Ben, you've just realised how hard it'll be to win the Croatian League in your save because Dinamo Zagreb exist and you have to use second cities. Oh, come on. Split. You take charge of Hajduk Split and you'll be top of the league before you know it, young man. Sean, definitely a new keeper. In the next round, Sean, no, Sean. We don't actually have transfer windows at this level. So I can go as soon as my scouting network... Oh, God, I'm going to have a look at his injury in a minute. As soon as the scouts find somebody, we're good to go. I just had somebody in on trial. Were they any better? Transfer history. Let's get the trials up. We're going to scroll a long way down. Forgive me. There's been a lot of trialists this season. Tyler Dickinson. He was the cat. Balance not great. Agility not great. And I do like an agile goalkeeper. But yeah, I don't know, Sean. I want to pull the trigger on a new keeper. You're absolutely right. I've got 3. I don't like any of them. Got no game. Posted it before the goal. Pokes, you are unbelievable. It's delicious every time you turn up. Thank you very much for coming. LSS, hi from Spain. Welcome in, LSS. Great to have people from around the world. They keep things interesting. Joshua Brown, what do you mean you don't remember Abdullahi Rak? I don't remember. What about Ard Schmidt, Abe van der Meulen, and Frank Brown? Oh, I don't know where you get these names from, Josh. You have a gift. Former series on the channel. Sean, so yeah, our job as soon as this stream finishes, Sean, I think, is to start thinking about a new goalkeeper. Has to be done. Pokes, you now feel the need to tell you that you're currently top. Yeah, top, but I mean with a with a club where you create the players and you massage their abilities. Come on, folks. We all know what's going on, don't we? We all know what's going on. Anyway, we've reached the end of the stream, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you very much for joining us on a Wednesday. I mean, to be constantly streaming to 40 plus people on a Wednesday afternoon over on YouTube when, lots of people, they catch their streams on the other brand. I could not be more grateful, in fact, humbled by your constant support. Thank you to all the new people that subscribe to the channel during this stream. Thank you to all the new people, by the way, that have bounced into the chat and kept it so lively for the last 2 hours. It really does make for an entertaining time for all, because let's be honest, I'm not providing any Football Manager ability that's providing the entertainment, so our chats will have to do so instead. We're going to be live on Friday, 1 p.m. UK, whatever the time is in your local area. It would be great if you could join us, and we're going to see you then, and hopefully we might have a tactic that's getting some better results.